Welcome to the Prismatic Evolutions venting stream. Get in, YouTube chat. We are already live over at Twitch. I don't know if YouTube chat's gonna start working, but we'll see. It should. How y'all going today? This is an ethical stream. This is an ethical stream only. If you are going to hack anybody, make sure you do it ethically. Are you eating though? What is this? Lol. It's working. There it is. Fluka, good to see you. It's turtle time. How you going? Kaigus, 27 months of ethical streaming only. We only stream ethically in this room. Watto, good to see you, Watto. Watto Reps. I like this guy. I owe him a lunch. I couldn't do it last week, man. I was in the fucking up. Wait, no, it's been 30 seconds on YouTube. I can swear. I was fighting demons last week, Watto. I was fighting demons. Watto, good to see you, man. We're gonna do a quick hello to everybody. Hello, get your hellos in. Welcome, YouTube frogs. It's been a while since I've streamed over here, so get your hellos in. Come say hello. Get him in. Get him in. Because we're gonna do a bit of chatting today. We're doing some chatting. Waterope's good to see you. Chasm Skulker, been a while. Kanto, what's happening? Fluka, Pokelotto, I know that guy. Hey, you changed your channel name. Tina Marie, good to see you. Becomes a dad and grows a beard. Look, I'm liking this at the moment. I'm liking this. I don't know how long I'm gonna keep it for. I usually go for like 2 or 3 weeks. That man just called me the P word. He just called me the P word. I'm trying to allow his insult, but it won't. Twitch chat won't let me. Yeah, I don't know. I usually cut this off after like 2 weeks and I get over it. Yeah, busy start to the year, Lotto. Wasn't it just last year Pokemon hit a world record number of cards printed? Billions. It was, yeah. I think. It was. Something like that. Cyther Steve, good to see you. Welcome. Corn King, I love a good old Corn King sesh. How you on, Corn? Happy birthday, man.
Nuts.
Happy birthday, King.
Have a nice day.
Happy birthday, Corn King. Formula Man, thank you for the 32 months in a row, you absolute legend. How you going, Form? Hey, when are we playing TCG? You gotta teach me how to play again, I forgot him. Friday? They're calling me a weird little pussy, and I don't know why. Alright. I want to do a little bit of a stream today. Sometimes you just like feel like going live on YouTube. Usually after I put a video up like that, and there's like a lot of discourse. There was a video I put up yesterday. I don't know if you saw it. If you didn't, it's the last video I put up. It's called The Pokemon Card Shortage Explained. And I did... Look, I was like 50-50 on making that video, and that's why it actually took me a while to make that. I've been thinking about that since the end of last year. Kaigus, thank you for the 72... What? It's a gift from Perry. Thank you for the 72. Thank you for the gift of Perry. Thanks, Perry. I went to Kaigus too. You cherry pick him? You cheeky little devil. You cheeky little devil. Be careful what you say, because I will ethically hack you. Yeah, I was like... I'd been thinking about that video since like the end of last year. I went away for a bit over the New Year's break. By the way, Happy New Year. Merry Christmas to you all if you celebrate Christmas. Most people here celebrate Happy New Year. Happy New Year. What do you say? Do you say most people celebrate Happy New Year? Anyway, Happy New Year. But yeah, I was like divided because I'm like, if I make that video, I gotta make it in a way that doesn't like make a lot of people angry, and I didn't want to like target any specific group.
My little pickle.
That was the whole point, because I've been thinking about this for a while.
These nuts. Have a nice day.
Shit, like this storm that we're in, right? And the conclusion I came to is that you can't actually pinpoint it on any one single group, right? And so it's like, how do you make a video talking about the topic and like highlighting the bad or the negative components that each group has in this, like in this issue that we've got, without like upsetting people and making it all like emotional and vilifying people. And so I was like, how do I do this? And I couldn't figure it out. And then I felt like I figured it out and made that video, and still people got offended. Still people were angry and upset and felt like they were being targeted, which was crazy. And there are like a lot of comments, and I don't like ignoring comments. There's just like a lot of like essays or like paragraphs in them. And like, it's really hard to like go into depth typing because I have to spend like all day typing a response to them individually. And it's like, you just gotta like, someone's gonna like read it and then like paragraph, like screenshot. This happened to me in the past where it's like, if you get one thing wrong or like you kind of like semi-contradict yourself because there's like nuances of the conversation, people get upset. So I figured the best way to just like talk about it was to just talk about it. And that way I could get you guys' side too, because I did want it to be an open discussion rather than me just like talking down. And that's the issue with the video, is that a video is just like me talking at you, and then comments come in. But the good thing about a stream is that you guys can say what you are thinking in real time and we can have a conversation. Thank you to the anonymous gifter that gifted tier 1 to Elijah. Thank you. Elijah, make sure you say thank you. Cure Mini, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I am live over at Twitch and YouTube, and I am looking at both chats, so I don't feel like I'm ignoring anything or ignoring anybody. Chat on either one. I just thought I'd multi-stream because I know there's like a more vocal Pokemon card community on YouTube, I think, than on Twitch. Whereas Twitch is like, at the moment with Pokemon cards, is more about rippers and shippers and breakers. You don't get like a lot of conversational TCG streams over there. We do get them here. But YouTube, you get more discourse based around, especially around like community based topics like this one today, which is Prismatic Evolution. Is YouTube the vocal minority? I would say they are. Yeah, I'd say they are the vocal minority, because I do think that this like space, this Pokemon card like community online is still like very, very small. Big channels like Revs are the exception to that. They just hit a wider audience for a multitude of different reasons. But this like talking about like the minutia like component of Pokemon card content is like way smaller. With all the mess going on in the TCG, your Japan vids got me really hyped to be in card shops during this year in Japan during vacation. Thanks, Gaming Is. Hey, so much support on those videos. The 3 Japan vids I put up got 500,000 views combined, which is like crazy for the channel. And a lot of people like them. I got a lot of people messaging me saying that they helped with their trip too, so that was cool. Always good when you can help people. So thank you. I'm glad you liked it. Thanks for the feedback. If you could show 3 cards to someone who doesn't know Pokemon but you want to impress them, which card would you choose? Karen's Umbreon, probably from VS.
Pussio, My Little Pickle, Kombucha.
Probably the Sylveon from Evolving Skies. Just because there's so many Pokemon on it and it's fucking insane. Third one is tough. Third one's really hard. I gotta think about that. Let me sit on that. Are you in though? Thank you for the sub, your legend. Thanks for tier 1. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you in. Came in, said hello, subbed, legend. Twitch chat catching strays. No, I think they're definitely 2 different like vibes. Twitch chat is much more like banter based. YouTube chat, especially like the YouTube side, really likes to talk about
kombucha,
like the hard hitting dramatic topics.
Have a nice day.
That's just because that's just like the nature of like the hardcore like Pokemon card collecting community that's like chronically online. That's not meant to be said in a negative way. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the video. We should probably chuck it up on the screen, eh? Thank you for the gifted anonymous to, thank you for the gifted whoever that was. Show yourself to Effectsball. Thank you. Good to see Emperor Pikachu. All right, so there's a few comments here that have dropped in from the YouTube side. Scrumpy is blaming climate change. C2B, influencers have contributed to FOMO. 100%, like without a shadow of a doubt. 100%. And Formula One Man said this. He's like, you should have gone harder in the video, because I didn't really go hard on any specific party. I did that because I didn't want to turn into a show where people are just like flinging crap at each other, right?
Pickle,
and it's becoming a bit of a war.
These
Forgive me if I miss your message in
day.
either chat, because there is a bit going on here, and it's been a while. Super Kitch, good to see you. But the influencer component cannot be understated, and that's why I talked about it at length in the vid. I think I would put most of the blame on the Pokemon company for not pumping out more product, supply and demand, and they aren't supplying enough. That was the point of the end of the video, is that there's definitely like an issue with supply, but maybe like the more I've thought about it, I think there may actually be this like insane amounts of demand that this new like increase in supply can't actually meet. And I'm like, maybe I kind of like undersold that at the end when I said surely like there's enough supply now, but maybe the demand really is that crazy. But you saw Pokerev's new video, so dramatic. That was funny. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that. Demand for SV 1 to 6 was low. We have plenty of supply, but now demand is high. Is Pokemon Company to blame? Well, it's sus, isn't it? Like, it's kind of weird how when we're supposed to have more supply than ever, we've got this issue now. Ooh, I hope I wasn't reverbing there. In my time on YouTube being interested in this hobby, I've never seen so many small channels constantly talking about what plays to make in the market. Yeah, I mean, last year, like without a shadow of a doubt, there were more investor Pokemon card channels popping up than ever before, than any period. Like there just was. I have no statistic to bring to the table to prove that, but I know that if I went back and counted went and tracked all the investor channels and tracked which ones were created in either 23 and 24, or looked at the number of Pokemon card investing videos that were uploaded in total across the platform last year compared to 23 and 22, it would 100% be more than ever before. And that has fucked shit up in ways that you just can't even, it's harder to even explain in like less than 2 minutes. And that's the thing with that video, is that I glossed over a lot of points to keep it concise. The original take that I actually filmed one version and showed it to some people, and it was 35 minutes. I thought you made great points, particularly on the investing echo chamber. It seems easy to get lost in the source on investing right now. 100% it's an echo chamber. And I think a lot of people can agree it is. Look, I have zero proof, but believe everything this man says. If I went and did the fucking exercise, you would see it is. Patty, thank you for the gifted to ZD Tam. Thank you for the gifted, Patty. You're a legend. I'm playing a bit of catch up on YouTube side here. The normies that have liquidity are the ones that really ruin the hobby. The only interesting Pokemon is squeezing the pennies out of your average collector, and collectors honestly can't resist. Yeah, that's a big, and yeah, okay, so that's a big one too, right? Because for sure, there are collectors that cannot resist and buy into this every single time. Like, for sure. And that is a big problem. And where are we, guys? I was gonna talk a little bit about how one of the things that we could do is collectors stop buying stuff from flippers or resellers and breakers. But I felt like that was just pandering, and that's just that was just lip service. Like, that would have been 100% lip service to be like, guys, stick together. With the power of friendship and belief, we can fight back from this system and change things for the better. That is just lip service. It's so far beyond that point that you cannot fix this problem with the power of fucking teamwork. It's just not going to happen. I blame you for making a video on it, therefore giving the set more attention. You dumb idiot. So true, man. So true. Do you think the Japanese side will suffer heavily? I'm worried about it. Japanese has definitely started to get impacted by this, because when people can't get English, they start buying Japanese. And I've seen the usual suspects over the last 3 weeks start talking about how Japanese is the play, and if you've got a business that you should start buying Japanese and whatever and all that shit. Like, Poke is just the biggest fucking shill. Oh, the amount of crap that guy spews is ridiculous. I like you cannot deny that when we're in this like period where people are just listening or looking for some kind of direction. You cannot deny that if someone comes out with a big enough platform and says, hey, buy this thing, right? And you will like make money or whatever. Or like, if you want your business to survive, do this. People that watch this kind of content, like whether it's like cursory or they are running a business or they're an avid investor or collector, see that and go, okay, I better make a move. I have to make a move now. Whether it's like, I run a business and I need to make sure I've got stock for the year. I better do this now before it's too late. Or you're a collector and you're like, damn, I really need to get the rest of the cards from Crimson Haze. I better buy the Crimson Haze cards now. And then all of a sudden you have this inorganic spike in interest for something that's been sitting there for fucking ages, right? All of a sudden it starts moving. Now people always say like, oh, supply demand. That inorganically triggers the supply demand reaction, right? Or you've got people that are like, oh, well, both of those things are going to occur. An investor from afar looks and says, well, okay, businesses are going to want that particular box or set to sell it on their store. Collectors are going to want it because they're going to want to finish their collection. Therefore, I, as an investor, should buy as much as I can, especially if I can find it cheap, and then wait, and then I have it, it goes up in value, I can sell it. So like you get all these different things happening. It's like if I was on this channel every single day talking about the best Japanese sets to get, or whatever, every week it'd be like JLUV's top 5 Pokemon cards to buy this week. You can guarantee that people would go and buy them. You can guarantee it. So like, I guess this is my big issue with influencers on this platform, is that they are very happy to trade. Like they basically sell the soul of the hobby that they claim to love. They exploit it for personal gain. That is my biggest issue with it. Damn, I just started spitting. I'm really sorry. I think, let me play catch up now. I just went on a bit of a rant. Did I have that? Was I holding that in? Maybe. Drip Director, thank you for the Prime, you legend. You can be investor while also acknowledging the flaws in current investing. What does that even mean? Sorry, Rob. Everyone's knew straight out of the gate this set wasn't for players. It was released for collectors being a special set. That's another really funny thing that I've seen people say recently, is that like this impacts the players. I can guarantee, I can assure you, this is not a pool. Players are not getting burned from this set. Players don't care about SIRs and all that crap. They care about Buddy Poffin and Budju, of which there are plenty out there. There's 2 cards people care about from Prismatic Evolutions as a player. It's Budju and it's Regigigas. There's a few other niche ones and there's some reprints, but this Prismatic thing does not impact players. This is a herding collectors thing. I guarantee if you invested your money into ETFs, you would have gained more money, bro. I guarantee you didn't triple your money in a year with stocks. Lol. It grinds my gears. Sorry, I don't know why I'm putting a bit of spice on that. What are you guys arguing about in the YouTube chat? Budgie being more than $1 is going to send me, bro. You're done, bro. You're going to have to spend $4 on this set. SB Crash, how you been? Sorry, I missed. I was on a bit of a tear there. People have been saying just don't buy from them since this first started during COVID. Yeah, there's just the whole like don't buy from scalpers, don't buy from flippers, don't buy from breakers thing doesn't make any sense. Because like it does make, sorry, I should rephrase that. It does make sense. That is definitely a valid approach and solution to it. But you're asking people to do something and they're just not gonna do it. Especially if they've got the means to buy this stuff from flippers and scalpers. They will. That's why the stuff sells, because people are just buying it. Do I need to send you stuff, ZD10? I'm sorry. I'm so upset. Literally the same time I start getting back into Pokemon is one of the worst. Yeah, it's pretty grim. It was a really good period in the middle of last year, and then I went to hell again. Rebel, thank you for the Prime. Absolute legend. Thanks for 18 months, Prime. All right, so people who are speaking about players not having access to the cards are pretty cringe. Yeah, especially I think it's okay. So I think it's better than not. It's better than not, but it's definitely, look, for me, it's a bit of a red flag of like, you're tugging at the heartstrings. You know what I mean? It's like, you're hitting the talking points. You know what I mean? Many people with jobs cannot take time off work to go wait in line at a card shop on a Friday. Even my local TCG isn't selling any for MSRP. Yeah, that's funny because someone mentioned to me that they were going to go, because we're in Australia, right? And they mentioned to me that they were going to go and buy stuff on Friday. And I was like, but how? Sorry, I'm just going to change the setting. And he's like, I'm going to go line up. And I was like, dude, the concept of lining up to go and get cards, I forgot that was even a thing. Because I haven't done it for that long. All right, I can see you guys in the chat talking about the whole Pokerev, Cool Trainer Ryan thing. I did see Pokerev's vid. I do want to talk about it. We'll get to it. It seems to be a bit of a contentious topic because the TLDR is that it's kind of rich coming from Rev. That video now, you know what I mean? It's like, where was that energy, what, 2 or 3 years ago? What happened? Rev put up a video about the state of the hobby, talking about a lot of what I talked about in this video. And yeah, it's a bit of a pot kettle black thing. Where do you guys want this convo to go first? Because there's a few places I wanted to take it, but I can see it's trending one way already. Where was the energy 2 weeks ago before he opened 350 packs of the set? This is what this stream was for, so let it out. There's a lot of different energies right now. Nostalgianomics made a video responding to Pokerev, and Pokerev replied with a big, long apology for blaming investors. Well, where's that? I haven't seen that. Where's this? Nostalgianomics page. It's Nostalgianomics pinned comment. Where am I going? I'm guessing I'm going here. If the Pokemon Company reprinted en masse some older sealed product, Paldean Fates or even older, do you think that would be good for the hobby? It would destroy the investors. I don't think there's I don't think anybody in this space benefits when investors are the priority. Period. One of his shorts? That's crazy. Okay, response to Pokerev. Alright, this is gonna be good. He's got the point. He's got the big pointy point on. That's how you know it's going to be good. Damn, okay, whoa, the YouTube chat's going down. Someone said wipe the glaze from your mouth. It's dripping. Ooh, bang. That's crazy. Keep it. Hey, guys, come on. Fucking cool down. All right? Relax, both of you. Relax. Hey, you can relax, all right? Bethoj. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the $5, you legend. The community was too negative of SMV since SVO1 and toward the crown Pokemon. TBC adapted, then the bull run showed, and everyone had their pants down. A lot of people clowned on SVO1. It was great from the start. The issue for a lot of people was that it was too easy to get. I made a full-on video about that. People said it didn't age well. It aged very well. All right, Chris Casson, Malthus Divine, start. So I'm just waiting for Twitch has got an ad, and I do love my Twitch chat. So waiting for the ad to pass. Pokemon printing more doesn't make any impact because the distributors control the supply, not Pokemon. Well, there's a huge goddamn gaping hole there. There's definitely some weird sussy stuff going on with the distribution, but people don't really. It makes it look like Pokemon do not care since they have done very little to plug that hole. Bro hates YouTube. If you're talking about me, it's true. I do hate YouTube. That's why I make really long videos and edit them for hundreds of hours and stream here. I despise it. All right, I'm going to watch this now. Why do these always start muted?
So it's because in this hobby to take this. So it's because to take this moral high ground stand and call out investors for being the problem for everything going wrong in this hobby. Pokerev is the latest creator to do so, and all I have to say to him is, before casting stones at others, maybe you should show your followers exactly how much modern steel product you sit on. Open up your storage units and let them know exactly how much you have and how long you've been doing this. You and Cool Trainer Ryan, you guys were investing in this stuff before everyone else was. You've been doing it for
this guy's fucking pissed.
Years and years. And now that other people have caught on and they're doing the same thing, somehow it's wrong? Explain this to me. So it's become very...
This guy's fucking pissed off. Dude. He is mad. He's actually like mad. That's not even like fake mad.
Very popular in this hobby to take this moral high ground stand and call out investors for being the problem for everything going wrong in this hobby. Pokerev is the latest creator to do so, and all I have to say to him is, before casting stones at others, maybe you should show your followers exactly how much modern steel product you sit on. Open up your storage units and let them know exactly how much you have and how long you've been doing this. You and Cool Trainer Ryan, you guys were investing in this stuff before everyone else was. You've been doing it for years and years, and now that other people have caught on and they're doing the same thing, somehow it's wrong? Explain this to me. So
that's crazy. Oh, so he's very mad. He's actually like, I'm gonna say it, he's actually not wrong. That is the crazy thing. Do you think someone... Jake, you reckon someone's facing the camera? No, he's got it on a tripod for sure. All right, let's have a read of this. All right. All right, I was mainly referring to the culture of scalpers buying out new releases and instantly flipping for 3 to 4 times market. I did say it's not just one type of buyer, and I definitely said that content creators like myself have added to the shortage. Everyone has a part, Imo, and I'm not trying to target any one particular group. Investing into Pokemon cards is a huge part of this too, and everyone knows I've held onto boxes and cards over the years. The main point is demand is way higher than supply right now. It's critically off the mark, and I just wanted to put my voice out there to get the conversation started and to hopefully make it even more known to Pokemon to up their printing capacity. This would help average collectors and players get the cards they need from the most modern sets at a reasonable price. But bro, I'm not blaming just people who hold product, it's everyone. The demand from every sector in this hobby is massive. If you want to talk more about it, I'm assuming I'm happy to continue the conversation. 56 fucking replies, bro. I appreciate you reaching out, man. I get where you were coming from. Just a side note, and I know there's like a lot of Americans in the chat. This is the most American exchange ever. I appreciate you reaching out is the equivalent of like, I hope this email finds you well, or kind regards. It's just such an American exchange. We just don't do that over here in Australia. I appreciate you reaching out. I get where you're coming from. There's just so much heat coming at advances right now. And it felt like you, with the largest voice in the hobby, just stirred it up more and sent the pitchfork and torch army after us. I feel like most people in this hobby sit on some amount of sealed product at this point. And the fact that Pokemon is dropping the ball on printing shouldn't mean people who have been buying and holding this stuff for years are suddenly to blame. That's all. Obviously would love to have a convo with you sometime, man, if you are serious about talking. Okay. All right. So there's nothing that I think is more cringe than an investor saying, "Don't blame me." I have yet to be I've yet to be shown an example of where an investor making videos every day, talking about how you should invest in Pokemon, putting more and more pressure on the supply of this stuff so that people can just hoard it and have it sit in a storehouse. I've yet to be shown an argument as to why that is good and like shouldn't be criticized. I disagree with Nostalgianomics. Rev keeps Pokemon popular, but investor content is literally promoting taking products out of the market and holding them to sell higher later on. Yes. Investor content serves one purpose. We can all agree on this, right? Investor content, what purpose does investor content serve? What are some purposes, right? What are some things that investor content brings to the space? What are some things? Give me some things. Chat. Josh says money. Okay, what else besides money? Thank you for the super chat, PokerFang, by the way. I'm sorry if I'm missing any of these chats. Money brain rot. It's all about how to make money. Individual greed and money making. Oh, you put a bit of spice on that. Investing advice. Money. Is yapping. Entertainment. Okay, money and entertainment. Okay, I'll give money and entertainment. Okay, I'll give entertainment. It could entertain you. I can't deny that. Market growth and awareness. Blake says, like, what does you buying cards in Japan have to bring to the community? Okay, well, if you actually, I will answer that question. So the first is entertainment. The purpose of that video was to just entertain people and to give people the feeling of being in Japan without actually going to Japan, because not everybody can go to Japan. So I was like, I really like Japan. I'm fortunate enough to be able to go on this trip. And so I'll show people what the card shops are like over there. And so now everybody who can't go to Japan knows what the card stores look like in Japan. That's pretty cool, I think, anyway. So that's part of why I made it. If you're a collector, and so you really like collecting Pokemon cards, it's just something that brings you joy in life, then I show you a whole bunch of different stores in Japan where you can get some cards that you ordinarily couldn't buy where you live, in America, Australia, I don't know, wherever, right? So now you know, well, maybe if I go to Japan, I can buy some cards like this in my collection. And the point of that video was to show you really expensive cards you can buy and really cheap cards that you can buy too. So I guess outside of being entertaining, then it kind of provides information too, especially if you're going to Japan. Then it also showed you all the different stores that you could go to if you went to Osaka or Nagoya. So you knew where the good stores were, right? So information, entertainment, a little bit of history. So in that video throughout it, I trickle little tidbits talking about specific cards and like why they're rare or like why they're expensive, so that you just learn a little bit more. But I guess the core of it is that it's entertainment. So that is multiple different things that it provides to the viewer. All right, so investor content does the exact same thing. No, it fucking doesn't, you actual... I can't say what I want to say here, because if I do, I will get banned. But you are actually... Finish the sentence. You are... What the hell is wrong with you? I just cannot believe the fucking mental gymnastics of some people. You cannot equate what... Okay, now I have a big... I'm letting my ego fucking blow up right now. You cannot equate what I did with the Japan videos to somebody sitting in front of a room of boxers talking about why XY is going to keep going up. They are not the same thing. No matter how you try to twist it. Do not insult me. No. My entertainment matters, but yours doesn't. Do not insult me. Do not degrade the work that I have done. Do not water it down to suit your agenda. That is, you have offended me. I am fucking insulted. You have no culture. You have no taste, right? You do not have a soul, right? If you are making that connection, you have a black heart. That is the truth. That's not a personal insult. No, that is not a personal insult. A personal insult would be if I called you stupid. I'm saying you are uncultured. That is fact. If you are making that connection, I can just say, okay, you lack culture. If you're getting insulted by me saying that you lack culture, that's a you problem. That is not an insult. That is not an insult. That's crazy. You have no soul? You have no soul. No, because you have no culture. That's crazy. Okay, so where was I? So before I got one guide. Yeah, okay, we were talking about what this kind of content brings to the table. It's just money. So if it went away, right? If it went away, it actually wouldn't change anything in the space, right? If it went away. Did I just call someone soulless? No, I called them soulless, right? I said they have a black soul because they lack culture. And that is true. If you lack culture, you lack soul. That's crazy that you bring an Islam into it. That's fucking insane. That's so crazy. Dude, Pokemon cards, bro. That's so crazy. What the hell has Islam got to do with it? That's so crazy. You're a Muslim, I'm a Christian. That's so, no. That's so crazy. Okay, why am I giving, okay, good question. Why am I giving this guy attention? All right, so. That's so crazy. Now I'm backtracking? What on earth are you talking about? Okay. I said before I completely went on a very big tangent and I got one guy by Blake. I said there is an argument to be made that this type of content brings entertainment, but it only brings entertainment. Oh my God. It only brings entertainment to the same echo chamber, to the same people over and over and over again, because they like hearing people talk about investing in Pokemon cards. They like hearing about it, validating their position, right? So if we did not have this like type of content on the platform, right? It actually would not take anything away from the Pokemon card space. Can we agree on that? It's so fun. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take Nostalgia Nomic off the screen, because every time I do this happens. Where were we? Okay. We're taking it off the screen because that makes it look like it's directed. That makes it look like it's directed solely at Nomics, right? So, funnily enough, right? A lot of the hit back that I got on this video from the comments came from. It was mostly people saying investors are fine, right? And this is why I wanted to do this stream, because I wanted to talk about some of these at length, because they're quite difficult to reply to one by one. Bro, they're just two different communities. If you don't like watching investing, fine. Many people enjoy both with no problem. All right, so we're going back. Okay, that's it. I got one more on me. It's his website. I got one more in me. Okay, this is what actually something I want to talk about. So I think that this right, response, this from Rev was weak. I'm going to say that. I think that this was weak because he completely backtracked on probably the best point from his video, which was that one of the great points that he made in the video, right, was that he equated new sets dropping to almost being like a new cryptocurrency dropping, right? So he criticized this culture of just buying things to sit on it. I think we can all agree if there's a supply issue, right? And we can recognize that because there's so much demand and there's people that are capitalizing on that supply issue to make money. We can all agree that it does nothing but hurt the space. Surely we can all agree on that, right? So he criticized investors, right, for the amount of pressure they are putting on the thing that they claim to like. And then he walked it back, which I thought was wrong. I just think that's so wrong. He did not say that. Okay. Okay, I don't want to put words in his mouth. He spoke a little bit about, this is crazy. He spoke a little bit about the pressure that investing culture, I'm paraphrasing here, but he spoke a little bit about the pressure that investing culture puts on the space, right? Can we agree on that? I want to get on the same page with you guys here. I should actually, you know what? I actually should have known that this is where this was all going to go. I don't know why I'm acting surprised. I guess I don't understand why he walked it back because Nomics hit back at him and basically called him out. That was probably my issue with Rev's video, was that he was talking from the position that he's at, as if the way he engages with the hobby doesn't also put pressure on it or hadn't put pressure on it, right? Which is why Nomics was criticizing him. And I think Nomics's criticism there was valid. Yeah, I have both sides here. That's true, Chris. You're right. You need to reply using ChatGPT. One of the things that I spoke about in the video that I made was that if you claim to like something, and this is something that kind of stemmed from the investor discussion in April of last year, is that if you claim to like this stuff as much as you do, and that's why you should be allowed to make content talking about investing in Pokemon, then you should be able to recognize that the way that you engage in the space actively hurts it. I think objectively investing in Pokemon in this way actively hurts it. Because new people that are coming into first of all, the space can't grow. It can't grow the way that it should. You have people that are coming from TCG Pocket that are wanting to buy packs. They can't buy packs. They don't understand why they don't buy the packs. They get turned off. That's bad long term. The people that are already in it do benefit from it. No one is hating on people. We're talking about it. Sometimes if you want to talk about topics and try and get some resolution or actually reach somewhere in the discussion, you have to talk about the bad stuff. You can't always talk about the good stuff. And the nature of Pokemon card investing, there's more bad stuff that it brings into this space than good. I think just investing side of YouTube with Pokemon cards would be way better off if instead of playing the victim all the time, it just played the villain. Just be who you are. That's it. Just be who you are. And you have to wear it. You have to own it. But you can't cry foul every time somebody points at the space and says, hey, like, this thing right now is not helping. This is putting pressure on it. Certlex, look, you're not wrong. That's part of why Goated Paul's is as successful as he is, because he just fucking leaned into it. Yeah, you can't. That's right, Super Kitch. You can't play both sides. YouTubers are the problem with sensationalized titles and thumbnails, but that's the game. Prismatic will get 151 treatment. Don't worry. Yeah, I mean, that's what I spoke about in the video, is that influencer culture is a big part of it. No one's playing victim. You're just trying to vilify people that you shouldn't be. Oh, no one's playing victim? Okay. Okay. There's people playing victim. Trust me, there's people playing victim. I'll show you. Funny how you are blaming investors or whatever, which has always been in the hobby since the dawn of era, while the real reason these things happen is because of this collectors you keep worshipping, paying stupid prices to the breakers, and contributed massively to their growth that led to breakers seizing a huge portion of available suppliers. These dumb group literally keeps giving their money at a stupid marked up prices too. ... This video did not blame investors. My video, five different groups, 5 different factors, spoke about them, said how they were applying pressure on the situation, left it at that, didn't call names. That was it. But they're not playing victim. That guy's blaming collectors. So he's blaming people. This person, Bouncing Pig, is blaming collectors for liking the thing that they like. So what are they supposed to do? Piss off? What are they supposed to do? Stop liking the thing? What am I so mad about? I'm not mad. I raise my voice a little bit and people think I'm mad. I'm not mad. This is funny. This for me is funny. I'm entertained. I don't even collect English. I'm upset. Yeah, I'm upset. I'm upset. I think you can tell the investor type channels that genuinely enjoy the hobby and the cards and those that don't. But hey, maybe I'm part of the problem and just don't want to admit it. Also, why'd you choose a clip where I look so grumpy? I use a clip of Steven. I'm actually going to go on Rob's channel tomorrow. I think I should message him back. I said tomorrow is the day that I can do. I'm going to go on Rob's channel tomorrow because he asked me to. So I was going to join him. I'm not mad. I'm passionate. There's a difference. A lot of people want to see the content creator just be like, happy, happy, joy, joy, happy, I'm happy. Like, I'm never going to show any like emotion or like real component of my personality. You just get it all. That's all. Gay love pretending like he isn't melting down is classic. It's so funny that people will be like, you guys will be like, you're being personal and and angry and then call me gay love. All right, I'm gay love. I'm gay love. So what? What if I am gay? I'm gay now. I'm gay love. What does it change? I'm gay love. What does it change? Huh? What does it change? We hate gay people? What does this mean? What is it meant to be? Yeah, I got a kid. Yeah, I got a little baby boy. I'm gay. What? That's crazy. All right, you all have permission to call me gay love from now on. I did miss this. I like this one. Locking all flippers and investors in a very small room would also solve the issue, but apparently that's not ethical. That was crazy. It's okay, gay love. I'm gay too. We can be gay together. This was so baby girl of him. Okay, here we go. This dude is why Australia is such a joke. They simply censor anyone who disagrees with them to maintain an echo chamber. Hang on a second. Oh, yes! Blake Runs, thank you so much for saying that. I'm so happy. Your country is trying to ban TikTok, and you're going to come in here and talk about how Australia tries to censor everybody. Your government is trying to ban an app that is directly at odds with your free speech that you love so much. And you're going to come in here and say Australia we try to censor people. Your government that you voted for is trying to ban an app because you're scared of China. You're scared of them. And you're going to talk about Australia trying to censor people? That's crazy. That's crazy. That's so good. You hold that. You hold that. That's your country. You hold that. Don't come in here and talk about Australia being a nanny state. You hold that. That's your country. That's your country. I'm for TikTok, by the way. I'm a pro TikTok man. Also, this video, it's such a crazy thing to say that, because this video was about generating discussion, and yet people are coming in here and saying I'm trying to censor it. This is okay. Rewind. This is actually right. One of the big topics that I left out of the video. Actually, I think I spoke about this on Twitter. It was from Bitter Hyena. No, who was it from? There was a little bit of a chat. Yeah, here it was from Saturnine Bear. Okay, so Saturnine said that capitalism kills everything fun. Great vid, I blame them all. The supply chain is broken. These villains shouldn't be getting all the product ahead of release. I think many in this space have lost themselves to greed and profit at all costs. Some people think I hate capitalism. I don't hate capitalism. But I think capitalism births unchecked greed, and that's bad at a societal level. That's why I said, I guess it's not even a Pokemon card thing, and more a societal issue that thought about discussing in the video, but felt like it would be too deep for what I was trying to convey. Sorry about the stutter there. So let me know what you guys think of this. But I think a lot of why we are having this argument about like why investors should be allowed to do what they do and people should be allowed to invest, why we have flipper culture, why we have people buying and selling this stuff, a lot of it stems from the current, like, the cost of living basically across any country at this point in time. I think there are a lot of people struggling at the moment, and hustle culture it provides a solution there, which is why you have people flipping and selling stuff and trying to make extra money on the side by doing stuff like this. And Pokemon cards are a vessel for that. And I think as hustle culture has grown more and more, and people are looking for like second or third side gigs, this problem has exacerbated. Dharma, I did see you drop 2 super chats. I appreciate the love, King. Can we all just agree Pokemon cards need to print enough that scalpers can't scalp? Is that it pretty much is the solution, yeah? This is just another example of a hobby space getting ruined by those who cannot comprehend the huge risk of playing with the devil in a volatile market. This sort of growth is unsustainable. Because a lot of people in this chat right now are saying, like, can we go back to talking about Pokemon cards? Or, like, I'm seeing people say, JLove, stick to Pokemon and not politics. Bunch of grown men upset that they can't get the new Pokemon set, all point fingers at each other. Imagine if Pokemon printed more, which they will. Well, yeah, so I'm seeing a lot of like kind of comments like that. But you can't just separate the two. I think this issue is like tied to the current state of society right now, where we value things in the now. People recognize that and they take advantage of it and they exploit it. And that is at the cost of something that people like. This is your channel. Talk what you want. I do. That's why I have my little moments. Thanks, Garbadad. No one cares out of print sets appreciating. Current sets should be printed demand. This wouldn't happen surely. Give Marks a read. That has been happening since always. Yeah. I think in the last like 5 to 10 years, it's definitely gotten out of control. Well, it's reached ahead. The reason why people get upset that they can't get Pokemon cards, I'll tell you why. The reason why they get upset they can't get Pokemon cards is because, and I spoke about this a bit in the video, Pokemon cards provide a space for people. Rev spoke about this in his video, which I'll give him the tick for. It really did feel like Rev copied my homework there. Kind of sus that the video came out 5 hours after mine, but I wasn't keeping track. There's some people that don't have anything but Pokemon cards, or like the connections that they've made in life have come from Pokemon cards. And so when they can't get access to that thing and that is at risk of being taken away from them, it is natural to see them get angry or passionate or hurt or upset about it. Because not only, you're not just taking away the card, like you're taking away the avenue for them. Because not everybody has friends that they can just meet up with and like play a game with or something. I don't know. For some people, they feel like the only way that they connect during the week is going to trade night or something, right? And if they feel like that's at risk, then they get defensive. And I think that's fair. And I don't think that prioritizing or not, or like, I think we have more to lose as a society and a community by allowing investors to go unchecked of criticism. Because between the two types of people in this space, I would rather have the collector that does it because it's the only thing they have, or it's their way of connecting with other people, versus the person that is just trying to amass as much wealth as they can by any means necessary. The latter is significantly greedier and does not contribute to society in a meaningful way at a cultural level. How do you differentiate sealed collectors versus investors? It's a good question, Amadeus. There's a middle ground there, I think. I think many collectors can recognize when what they are doing. It's like if you criticize a lumberjack for cutting down parts of a forest. I think you can recognize as a collector whether or not the way that you're engaging in it is sustainable. If you're buying pallets of sealed, right, in your sealed collection, you're investing. If you're buying one extra, one for me, one to open, one to keep, you're not. I don't think you are investing in a damaging way. It's sustainable. But let's be serious. Investor channels and most hardcore investors are not talking about investing in such a way or doing it at that level. They're doing it at a much larger scale. Does a sealed collector really need more than one or two or something? No. It's like how I have sealed. People criticized me a lot last year for... like in the investor stream in April, they were like, oh, you have a sealed collection of Japanese. Like, yeah, I do. But if I ripped it out, it would be like 2 or 3 boxes of random Sun and Moon sets. Sometimes, more often than not, Sun and Moon 1, because I opened so much, because I liked opening. And that's why I have a big Sun and Moon collection, because I opened it all. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think most collectors can agree. But if I had cases of it, right, I definitely invested in it, and that would make me a hypocrite. J-Bone Tim, this guy knows he's just hitting hot topics for clicks and views. Should I have this conversation at the wall? You're on YouTube, guy. Let's be serious. People want to talk about it. That's why they're here. Anyone investing in pallets of cards is trolling when the literal stock market exists. So you just tell us what the limit is. I am not the arbiter of truth in this space. I'm not going to say if you do it to 4 boxes, you're fine. If you do it to 5, you're going to the 7th level of hell. It's also destroying the future of the hobby and tainting the community. If kids today can't get cards, the hobby will die eventually. That is the crux of my inorganic growth discussion in this video. That mainly comes from the flipper side, right? And that's that whole organic versus inorganic interest. Rev touched on that again. Copy my homework, bro. What do you? Come on, man. Message me at least. I was inspired. You can do it. Inorganic growth in a hobby can kill it. Investors ensure that there is product in the future for you to come back on. No, come on, man. That doesn't make any sense. The problem is that TBCI is not meeting demand. That is it. Investors are punting on Pokemon being interesting in 20 years or 10 years or 15 years. It's not a bad punt. Pokemon's got longevity. We know that. But you're punting on there are going to be people that want it that couldn't get it then. But what if the people that wanted it then could just get it? Then they wouldn't need to get it later. How does that not make sense? I'll just explain it. That's why a lot of vintage is insane. Different topic. Poker NE jumped in. What did he have to say? In case you just got here, Islam, gay love. I think it was actually... Oh, no, it was. No. Before Islam, it was Black Soul. Before Black Soul, it was cultureless hack. Cultureless hack, Islam, gay love, government scared of China, capitalism, flip culture, Rev copied my homework. Sounds about right. It's not even corporate greed. It's just greed of the people. Facts. Poker NE messaged something. I can't find it. If you're still there, just write it again. I'll read it. Does Rev having the same opinions as you bother you? Even if you did copy your homework, I take it as a compliment. Arguably the largest oh my god, the biggest poker tuber in the world shared my views. Let me kiss their feet. Come on, man. How does that not make sense? If there weren't investors, there'd never be a base set or Skyridge box to open it. We're talking about modern. We're not talking about old vintage stuff. Everything before, I feel like everything before 2016 boom, different realm. It's in a bit of a different realm. This modern stuff now, right, where we're getting TBCI actually coming out and saying we're going to print as much as we possibly can. We're going to make sure there's as much out there for people to buy. If we take them at their word, and that's what they are doing, and it's still getting siphoned and put into vaults and storage lockers and stuff, that doesn't help anybody in the future. Because if that was just getting into the people's hands that want it now, there would be no need. Like, there would be no need in 5 or 10 years to be like, oh, well, I want to get, I don't know, Surging Sparks in 5 years. Oh, good thing that this investor bought like a pallet load of it. Well, like it's cooled off now. Instead of being like 500 a box, it's 300. I can get it now. What if you're talking about the people that aren't interested in Pokemon having access to it in the future? That's what you're talking about. You're talking about people that are not in Pokemon now, getting into Pokemon in the future, and then they are going to be able to access it. I think it's a better world for everybody if there's just so much of this stuff that it doesn't have any major value, that in 5 years it's the same price, rather than investors then get to dictate it on the secondary market. I'm so sorry to hear you can't get any Pokemon cards. Here's 5 big booms. Investors didn't care about SV until Twilight. That's why it sucked, because they were all on YouTube saying Pokemon fell off. They were all on YouTube saying Pokemon fell off. That is true. Fairly certain Pokemon will print a future set to Oblivion and we will go back to where we were last year and the year before. Personally, I'm just going to stand by and wait. Can't go wrong with waiting. Boom! 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 Did those guys, are they like still like hyper relevant? I saw one of them was actually opening up Surging Sparks. And he ripped the Pika. Actual investors were buying more SV1-4 than collectors are buying Prismatic. As someone who has a minor, as well as someone who had my expensive card stolen, sorry to hear about that, Derpo. I really hope that I can pull something good from this set, but I'm worried I won't get any. We definitely got off track there. Okay, this one grinded my gears. Vargan Bastage, you did get me here. This is part of the reason why I wanted to go live, because I wanted to talk about some of these topics at length. Because a lot of the time, like, I just don't have the time. Why can't I see read more? A lot of the time, I can't actually reply to these all, because it's like arguing with 30 people at once. That's pretty much what it is. It's like I'm having an argument with 30 people at once. I cannot argue with 30 people at once, right? Investors 100% win this topic. What do you mean by that, Chris? I'm giving you the mic. Okay, right. All right, Chris. Before we jump into this comment, Chris Kaysen, investors 100% win this topic. Why do you win? What is this topic, and why do you win this topic? I want to see it. I'm giving him the opportunity to one guy me. I want to see why he wins. What's up, Tropical Leroy? Happy New Year, man. Much love. Exactly as I said. All right, Chris, I'm going to give you another attempt. I don't know what it is you said. I'm going to give you another chance. Please type in the chat. Why do investors win this topic? This is your second chance. Just tell me. I can't find it, or I forgot. Could you remind me why investors win this topic? Chris is buckling under pressure. Collectors come in last, trying to state why investors are bad for the current state. Easy. Chris, I'm going to give you another go. I do not understand what it is you're trying to say. What is the topic, and why do investors win? Without investors, cards are not as valuable. Not as many people come into the hobby. Nope. So many collectors do not collect because of value. So many collectors do not collect because of value. They do not. They collect for psychopath reasons. say that because I am a collector and I have stupid reasons why I collect things, and I have met more collectors than you ever will, and I know why they collect certain things, and the reasoning doesn't make sense. A lot of the time it's just because. It is not because of value. No. Not as many people come into the hobby, also false. People came into the hobby because of TCG Pocket, a free app. We're not coming back into it because of value. They play that game every day because it's fun and something to talk about, something to do. And the cards in that are worthless. I'm not wrong. I'm right. I'm always right. I'm the guy with the mic. You're just Chris Kaysen in the chat. Think that? No, I know that. It's not all that way as you think. No, it actually is all that way. Pocket is fun as hell when Wonder Picks aren't screwing me. What? No, actually, yes. Chris, come on, man. Psychopath reasons equal me just wanting to make a whole Gen 3. See what I mean? You see what I mean? Listen, it's not a diss. I get it. Me just want to make a whole Gen 3 centric binder for funsies because it's my fab gen, not because I care about perceived value. You do you, Leanne. I'm here for it. Cooked? I cooked? Yeah, I know I cooked. Thank you, Chris. I collect fart swirls because it's funny. I do like the fart swirls. I collect my favorite artist cards because they're beautiful too. Come here. Good pick. All right. This was a comment I got. People have been investing in collectibles Pokemon since they've existed. I see no issue with people investing in Pokemon. They buy sealed when there is hype or no hype. I enjoy Pokemon, been playing the video game since they first released on Game Boy. Breakers are the worst. They sell packs at more than a slight marker. Breakers, flippers, and scalpers are the problem, but people are willing to give them the money, so the real problem is PCI and PCJ not printing enough and buyers refusing to pay these inflated prices. I think you meant to say buyers paying the inflated prices. Crying about investors is hilarious and incorrect. Didn't you rage last time you had this debate because no one agreed with you and you got trounced because your arguments were flawed and illogical, irrational? You're ignoring the main issue. Demand is outpacing supply by an extreme margin. I did, and I spoke about supply. Whether this is due to PCI reducing print runs of recent sets or the fact more people are just wanting these more popular sets, the blame for this fiasco remains with them. Investors make up a small portion of this hobby. Most of the people who watch investor channels don't even have the amount of capital to affect the supply. Scalpers, flippers don't need these channels to tell them there is money to be made. They can look at whatnot and see what collectors are willing to pay to have someone else open their packs. I personally am tired of all complaining and the pointing of fingers at anyone and everyone other than the company in control of the printer. Show me the definitive proof that the evil investors who have been around during the SV era in lull in demand is to blame. Your average collector needs to blame themselves. They didn't buy 151 and was readily available and in store at Emma, but now that it's popular, now that it's popping, they want to cry. Prismatic is hyped to hell and people have every right to be upset that they can't get it at Emma, but don't blame anyone else but Pokemon for this problem. It's theirs to own. I love how okJLUV is acting like not getting Prismatic for retail is a national tragedy. So what if I'm gay? So what if it's a national tragedy? All right, this comment isn't too bad. It definitely falls into that category of like every investor is a victim and playing the victim. Because again, this video, I spoke about every party equally. I did the math. The investor part of it took up 23% of the video. MSRP means retail price, Dogfishing. And you are bold, according to a Maki Saws. Breakers, the more and more I think about the breaking thing, the harder I find it to just blame breakers and breaker culture. I replied to a tweet. This was Bitter Hyena's tweet, a response, right? I said I was thinking about ending the video talking about regulating breakers, but I realized that it would not only be impossible and totalitarian, but that the packs would just flow back into like collectors' hands and get open normally anyway. So the thing with breaking is that it only exists because there's an audience for it. So this guy's not wrong in saying that a lot of the blame should, or part of the blame, sorry, should go into the people that are buying this stuff. You can't, yeah, so you can't regulate, that's what I mean. Like, it doesn't make any sense to regulate breakers because you can't. At the end of the day, Whatnot's, the way like Whatnot works, it's basically just like eBay, but live. One thing that would fix all, like a lot of that though, is the backdooring. I spoke about that a little bit in that reply to Bitter Hyena. But yeah, like I think that on reflection, right? I think I responded to this comment poorly. And I think I got I got blind. Like I what do you call it? I got tunnel vision on the part of it where like this part of the comment. And then like I kind of like ignore the rest the more that I think about it. So I think my response here was poor. I think this is actually one of the most rounded responses to the video and like probably a good take in general. I wouldn't put too much blame on the collectors. I think putting blame on the collectors is always wrong. I think it's actually like always wrong and that's why I didn't talk about or blame collectors much in the video. Because at the end of the day, they're the audience. And so it's not right to blame the audience that wants the thing for why they can't get the thing. But I did like that they put a lot of pressure on the Pokemon Company and TPCI. The fact that he's trying to blame anybody is beyond me. There's literally no difference between collectors and investors. No, wrong. There's a big difference. Come on, man. Dude, just coming on here and saying that with your real name. That's crazy. Pokemon is the only hobby that even attempts to differentiate. No. Investors are sealed collectors. What? There is a huge difference. What's up, Pokemon Shed? Twitch used to have pages and pages of Pokemon Breakers back in 2021. Now it's like a couple OGs. Most of them are on, what do you call it? They're on Whatnot now. TBCI is to blame. They obviously know the market and should have printed this so much that it can't be scalped. Swolbro. By the way, thank you for the Prime Genie, you legend. 10 months, you absolute king. Well, okay, there's a lot going on. Sorry, YouTube and Twitch chat popping. Pokerfang, does anyone here think Prismatic is actually goated artwork wise? There are a lot of really nice illustrations in Prismatic. A lot of the evolution regular, like the commons, uncommons, rares, a lot of the evolution lines are sick. The Espeon is really nice. I think it's the title we give investors that confuses the conversation. We should call them hoarders instead. Yeah, and Tina, I think that's a lot of the that's like a big reason why Rudy just leaned into heal. It's fine. And it's like, whatever. No one really goes after Rudy because it's like, we know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You wear it on your sleeve. You don't care if people flame you. A lot of Pokemon card investors get very upset if you criticize them at all. Where were we? Whew. Maybe I shouldn't have gone live. I'm having... Maybe today was a mistake. People don't want to talk about it, yet they're here talking about it. There's a lot of frustrations. There's like 4 different arguments happening in the YouTube chat right now. It's actually crazy. What's up, Inza? Some collectors are definitely suffering from FOMO and snowballing the issue. I don't know many people that have like, I don't know many people that have like, tapped out and then are just saying, yeah, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to buy it at the crazy prices. I don't know many directly that have caved, I should say. That's probably the better word, that have caved. You should do an inbox for arguments, curate it, and do a video. Maybe I should. I should actually do that. If you are mad at the collectors, you are casual of Pokemon and probably don't even know who Brock, Misty, and Ash are. Nomix is not a fan. He says all the time he just buys every set and doesn't care. Then why does he care when he... I should ask him. Let's not talk... I don't need to talk about him and try and understand him when he's not here. That's wrong. I feel like it's the people trying to make a quick buck caving in and buying at those high prices, kind of like with those meme coins. So I did actually go on Whatnot, right? And I watched for a while. Give me a sec, my Firefox is updating. Have you actually been on Whatnot and watched people buy this set? Because it sells quickly. I was like getting some footage for the vid, and I was like astounded at how quickly this stuff would sell. Who's Rick Harrison? Is that the fucking Pawn Stars guy? What on earth? That's the guy from Pawn Stars. They're on Whatnot? Where the fuck have I been, man? This pack sold for 103. They better be doing something else. Was that $103 for one pack? Would that... No, it can't... I gotta listen to it.
mean, Eevee is not even wouldn't be spelled E. How about EV? EEVEE. How about just EV?
I don't think you could trademark EV as easy as EEVE. E.
You know what? It's.
I've been signing the holos. If you hit we've been signing the holos, and it's hard to keep up with you guys chat. So we've been signing the holos. Mostly the evolutions that come out, we sign those for you guys.
So because you get a SIG, you pay more.
Okay.
You're paying more for a SIG here.
All right.
That's crazy.
Definitely doesn't have a master's degree.
That's crazy.
Couple nerds won.
Do you think the Pokemon Company purposely prints less?
All the crazy stories are obviously between Corey and Chum behind my back. Those would be the craziest stories. The craziest story is when we very first started Pawn Stars and Chum wasn't making any money,
right.
and we went to New York and he was so mad at the network.
I'm going to come back to that supply question in a second.
Room service bill.
We need to watch the bottom of the screen.
Okay, so no, he ordered a bunch of champagne and caviar and all this other stuff and sent it to my room because he didn't like it. He was so mad at History Channel for not making any money. Like I said, so from after that, nobody for the next 15 years was allowed to get any room service whatsoever if they're getting a hotel room by History Channel.
Okay, it's going to happen now.
I wasn't mad at History Channel. I just wanted to show them what it was to have a star in their presence. Of course, you were the star. That's why I sent the goodies to your room. I'm just the butler.
So a couple nerds won this one or the next one?
This is $89.
We got two more ETBs donated for the end of the chat. Yeah, Base Set Vinny and
I can't believe it's one pack.
Pokemon Superstore. We're going to be giving those out in a little while. You guys hit the notes and make sure you follow the sponsors. We have 3 ETBs to give out to you guys so far.
An ETB. Isn't that an ETB like a food stamp card or something like that?
And Godzilla, baby. Bang, bang. Let me mod Godzilla. I'll mod you guys. I just don't want to ban them.
Fucking put the next
guys.
pack
That's
up.
4, baby. 4 as Rick would call it, EBTs going to you, chat. That's 4 going to you guys.
All right. I don't even know what the fuck. The people donated cards.
That's kind of funny. I'm not going to lie.
People bought those to give away to Chad.
Another one. Give me. Hired TramBX, appreciate you. Ho train! Choo choo! Hey, you guys make sure you tap in those show notes and follow all the sponsors donating ETBs to you.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah, but I don't understand all this shit, dude.
This set is going to be the hardest set to get in years, and people are buying it and giving it away to chat. I mean, that's pretty freaking cool, right, Rick?
I guess
That's the
so,
bid.
dude, but like, this is like
That's it. That's the bid.
going all on at once.
At the bottom.
Ho train going in for 4. Choo choo. Drop a comment, Ho train.
It is one pack. That's crazy.
The Ho train.
All right, well, we got to see what they're going to get. That's $94 for one pack, and you get a signed card from the guys from Pawn Stars.
Fuck, what?
It's an insane... Part of me wishes I was doing it. You know what? I'm coming back.
I'm not even gonna try.
I'm going dark.
Pokey fucking pitch something.
I'm going to come back as a VTuber, and I'm doing this.
Pokey Pidgeot, let's go, baby. Get in where you fit in.
Owned. Love to see that. Oh, that is so crazy. So crazy. All right, let's actually look at like a normal one. That's 5 packs for 170. That's crazy. That's 5 packs for 170. I don't think that people that are buying into these breaks are collectors. I think they're just gamblers. Like, this is primarily a platform for addicts. Any, like, smart, sane, normal collector is not trying to, like, complete their Pokemon card collection by buying stuff off Whatnot and spending $31, $33 a pack. They're just gambling addicts. If someone collects one of every ETB, they're bad. No, nobody said that. Prismatic, what's your agenda? Come clean. Name a Pokemon deck and I'll play it for my next League Cup. Hydreigon EX. Do you think Whatnot should be regulated? This is the thing. You can't actually regulate Whatnot. You can't regulate these platforms. There's just no way. That guy got nothing, didn't he? David, what's wrong with you? Is that how you have all? Is that how you actually converse in real life? I think that most people buying on platforms like Whatnot are gambling addicts and not actually collectors. Oh, now it's gamblers that are the problem? Would you do that in real life? No, you wouldn't. So don't do that here. You look like an idiot. That's an insult. I'm waiting to see the next bid here. I don't think you can't regulate Whatnot. There's no way to regulate these platforms. It's a really weird microism of the space though, that like you have people willingly dropping this much money knowing that they're paying like way more than they need to, but they just keep doing it. Okay, how would you how would you regulate these platforms without inhibiting the free market? How would you regulate these platforms? Because where my brain goes is that if you try to regulate Whatnot, you have to apply those same regulations to eBay. $20 ETBs per streamer per day. See, Shed, it's ridiculous. Doesn't make any sense. What's up, Andy Face? We've not met before, but I'm here to vent alongside you. Shoot it, King. There's a lot of people arguing in these chats at the moment. Why are you hating on a guy that's just running a business? What did I say in the last 3 minutes that was hating on this guy? Can you repeat it word for word? YouTube's live stream has a rewind feature, so you can actually go back and like find it and quote it exactly if you want. Just found your channel. Okay, again. Where did I hate on this guy? Bid responsible. What does that even mean in this context? Bid responsible, all sales are final. Prismatic Revolution is trying to get something out of me, and I don't understand what. I don't hate collectors, no. I am a collector. I don't hate anybody. I don't think I've ever said I hate a particular group of people. I strongly dislike some segments, some areas of this space. But I don't think you'll catch me saying I hated anybody. Nor did I say that at all during this stream. You literally said 5 minutes ago, collectors ruin the hobby. This guy's insane. I insinuated it. Did I say it or did I insinuate it? What are you talking about? Okay, so this is 3 packs. I can't say what I think of Prismatic Revolution because I will get a ban on YouTube. This is 3 packs. So 20 bucks a pack right now. 20 bucks a pack. 22. The lot before must have been more because it got the ETB sleeves. Do I actually think that that investors out there buying product at 150 and ETB? There are some, but not that many. Kev, I don't know, man. Well, I mean, I do know. I mean, like you bring a controversial topic or I don't know what do you even call this topic, a testy topic, a heated topic. You get a lot of different people in here. It means I'm not responsible when you pull $1 worth of cards from spending 205 packs. What's up, Gonzo? Good to see you, man. David, you're conflating criticism with hate, and this was a big problem in the video, and especially the comment section, is that because I criticized the investor space, they took it as hating or blaming. I think the only way, like, there's 2 ways to approach this whole situation, okay? There's 2 ways we can approach this. We can either put our head in the sand, collectively, as a group, as a people, right? And we can say, it is what it is, and just it goes unchecked and that's it, right? That's the defeatist angle, right? That's just like accepting it, lying down. I think that's a bad approach because what happens is that eventually it reaches a head and then someone speaks up. And I think that's kind of like where, I mean, that was like a big part of why I didn't like Rev's video, was because it was a problem that he ignored for like years of being on this platform, and he actively contributes to with the way that he runs the channel and his business. But now he felt the need to talk about it because it was impacting him, right? So I think the defeatist approach is wrong. We don't get anywhere. The alternative is that we talk about it, right? And that's why I made this video, and that's why there's this stream, and we talk about it, and people just try to, like, for better or worse, because there's a lot of, you know, I've called some people soulless, heartless people in here. For better or worse, though, you get to hear each side of it, and maybe your perspective changes a little bit. But to do that, you have to criticize some people and some groups. And just because you're criticizing some people doesn't actually mean like you hate them, right? Doesn't mean you hate them, and you like it. It's fine to criticize people. You guys are coming in here and criticizing me for talking about it, or for being a collector, or for like how I engage in the space. That's fine. You can do it. I'm not saying you can't. I'll argue with you. That's what I do. I'll argue with you, and I'll get passionate. But I think it's better that way. I'm getting hung up on semantics. No, I'm not. This is a common rhetoric through here, through this comment section. And if you go to Rev's video, it's the same in his. And it's why what's his name? Nostalgianomics got so upset. Like, he also got upset because some people just can't handle being criticized. Your vid kind of sucked ass. I still like you though, because you helped me enjoy Japanese stores to the fullest on my last video. That's a crazy flame and a crazy praise, so all good. Nostalgianomics didn't get upset. What's the difference between me getting passionate earlier and Nostalgianomics getting passionate and pointing chest out? I got a little bit upset. I got a little bit heated. He got a little bit upset. He got a little bit heated. How does it affect him negatively? I think if it continues down this path and people move away and walk away from Pokemon and leave it behind, it will affect every Pokemon card creator's bottom line. He'll stop, like, he won't generate as many views once this like wave of hype that we're in now, where everything's peaking, goes. People will stop buying his mystery packs. It's big picture. Rev needs the prices of packs to go up in order for his mystery pack prices to make sense. It's all linked. Nishi, everything you love is being destroyed and the joy sucked out of it slowly in front of your eyes? But how does that actually affect you personally? He's live right now and really showed his true colors when he had a fan that also liked CTR and Rattle, and he immediately began telling him this probably wasn't the live for him. That's kind of funny. Look, I think... I mean, this just like hit the nail on the head. There's a good reason why people are upset, and it's because... like anything in life, if you see it get ruined or destroyed, or you feel like it's at risk of being taken away from you, you will get emotional about it. Shed with the $20 super chat. Thank you, man. Buy yourself a pack. Thank you, dude. Shed, I'll meet you up later. I gotta hit you up later, Shed. You're overreacting. No one has taken Pokemon away. No, nobody's taken Pokemon away. But people feel like they can't engage in this space the way that they have for the last 2 years. I explained this earlier in the stream. For a lot of people, this is how they connect with other people. This is the thing that gets them through the day. I think that's fine. I get it, right? Because I have things that get me through the week, you know? After a tough week or a tough day, I like to play Counter-Strike for 4 hours. And that's just my thing. If for some reason Counter-Strike was taken away from me, I would be fucking pissed off. I'd be annoyed. I'd find something else to do. But if it was just being taken away from me for the sake of it, I'd be like, why? And then if there were people that were like actively ruining it in front of me and then saying, why are you mad? Why are you mad? Let me also do what I want in it, which is make money from it. I'd be like, fuck you, man. why are you coming in here and what? Can't you just go do something else? Like I was here first. That's fine. I'm down. That's gatekeeping and I'm for it. Rev's still a human, a father and a husband, and he's seeing and hearing what's happening in the community and wants to speak about it. I don't doubt that Rev actually feels this way about Pokemon, because it's like, okay, I don't want to speak on behalf of Rev, but my takeaway from it, or the way I see it, is based on I've spoken to Rev before, and we had when I was at his place, we had pretty big conversation, and I will always think about that conversation when I think about Rev. And I don't doubt that he likes Pokemon cards, and that I don't doubt that it means a lot to him beyond just being his bot, the way that he makes his bread. So I get why he made this video. I don't doubt that he feels the way he does about it, that he feels like the way that he enjoys the space and partakes in it is at risk. However, the bit of irony here with Rev is that the way that he has continued to partake in the space has actively hurt it over the years, whether intentional or not. It's that whole poisoning the well thing, right? If you engage in the space in a certain way, you amplify the gambling aspects or components of it with products like mystery packs, which do, again, I get why he makes them, because he tries to get vintage packs into people's hands, but they do exploit the addictive nature of gambling with Pokemon packs. If you do stuff like that, right, over time, you're going to amplify the interest in that part of it, right? That money component. And I think that's why he got a lot of blowback on this video. And it kind of left a bit of a sour taste in some people's mouth, because it's come 4 years later. And if you look at it zoomed out, you'll see that it's hard not to point some of the blame or contribution to this problem at him as well. Now, am I saying he is to blame for it? No. That was the point of my video, is that you could make this argument for any creator that does this. There's some that you can, I think there's a lot of creators that you can just say, nah, you're fine. What you're doing doesn't actually hurt the space. But I wouldn't put Rev in that category. Is that why I plugged his toilet? The real reason why I plugged the toilet is because sometimes I wipe too much, because I like to leave with a clean butthole, and that was one of those days. Nev, that is a great point, and I think, yeah, I don't think, but that's it. Nev says, very curious to see what Rev's next video title and thumbnail will look like. I don't think it's going to change. I don't think he will, because it's going to be crazy to go from that was the thing that it just was weird champ. You go from this, which amplifies that FOMO, that excitement, that hype, capitalizes the price of this thing, puts it in front of 800,000 people's eyes. Then you do that, and then you do this, and then a mystery box, okay, and then that. So if the next video is just that again, it's what are we doing, guys? We are in a pivotal moment in Pokemon history, boys and girls. JM, you one of those guys who wipes until the paper goes from brown to red? No comment. How would you regulate this platform? I'll say with my chest, price control. But then you have to regulate the free market, and you can't do that. You have to regulate eBay, and it's just not possible. Spell ICUP. Volt's new video is infuriating. He pulls 2 SARs and complains. Then proceeds to say he's going to stick Prismatic into his mystery packs. If I speak, I am in big trouble. And I don't want to be in big trouble, so I prefer not to speak. You don't need to over-explain what you said in the video. At least for me, it's very clear you aren't being malicious to him, just criticism. Thank you, Carlos. But in the same breath, I feel like I do need to, because I feel like a lot of the people that commented and watched it didn't get it. And maybe that's on me for being bad at making videos. And if I didn't explain what it is that I'm trying to get across well enough in the video, and then I have people arguing and misinterpreting things, then it means I didn't explain myself well enough. How far in advance do you think TPCI needs in order to print a set? I do not know the answer to that question. Sorry, Kev. It would need to be at least 3 months. I don't know. I've heard from people that Japan's printing facilities can just ramp up within like a week or two. It's something crazy like that. But I don't know where I heard that and whether it's real. We can all agree. Can we all agree that if this stuff was printed to the high heavens and it was just sitting on the shelves again like it was a year ago, would anybody have an issue with that? No? Would you have an issue? Put your hand up. Say it with your chest. Put your hand up. If this stuff was printed so much that it was just sitting on the shelves and it was just overflowing on the shelves, would you yourself have an issue with it? And if so, why? Why? That's it. I would like to hear this from chat. Yo, what's up, Joko? Thanks for the follow. Over on Twitch. I stream at Twitch. I will be streaming a lot at Twitch this year. Twitch.tv/okJLUV. What? Self-plug when he's asking chat a question. Rudy would definitely say that overprinting is a very bad thing. It's a vicious cycle because then you'd have products sitting in TPC. I wouldn't print as much as the next set, right? I am saying print it into the ground so that I'm saying that. I would like to see it printed into the ground. Because I found it difficult last year when Japanese cards were cheap pretty much the whole year. I still found it difficult to get every card that I wanted for my collection. And there are some that I didn't get before this next boom's happened. And so now I need to wait for this next boom. And I find that annoying because I was like kind of on the pulse. But there's only so much money you can put into a hobby without it, you know, hurting your wallet, basically. You got to be sensible about it. So I saw a lot of no's to that question. I saw a lot of people say no to that. But there were a lot of people saying that if they did that, then TPCI would care. They wouldn't make as much money. Which is true. There's a middle ground. I just don't know what that middle ground is. I think I like that. What was this? Oh. In 2025, this is from Lucas. In 2025, a company as big as PTCG should be able to react to market movements like this. Yeah, a lot of this could be just solved if it was like, whoosh, like everything's sold out. Okay, print more. And then like it came in like frequent waves. But I guess the way that we kind of see it now is, what do you call it? The space between these waves is so like long. It's not like a steady supply. It comes all at once and then it goes all at once. Imagine if instead of cards out of the packs, we got kisses. Dude, you're in Japan. Go get some ramen or something. Live your life. Send me pictures. Oh, he's on the train. Thanks for coming in saying, hey, Steve. Dog. Dog. Nah, he's not a dog. He's a goat. Dog. Nah, he's a goat. I like Steve. I don't think that Prismatic will get printed into the ground. They have planned release of it all the way through September. FOMO is the biggest driver right now. Everyone thinks they are getting. I want to see a lot of product on the shelf and the one kid begging his or her parent to buy it at the line in Target or whoever store sells it. Wholesome. Dude, I was that kid, bro. My mum caved. She's the goat. What if they are printing at like 500% demand and it's just the same group of investor bros buying it out though? This is I think there's a big problem in Minamini QQ. Is that it's like so hard to like prove or like understand where any of this stuff is going. I wonder if Nomics is still alive. Okay. Can you explain how does the problem now would also hurt Pokerev? So you must have just come in or missed that. But basically, if people walk away from Pokemon, then that will affect his bottom line as both a creator and a reseller of Pokemon, because he does sell Pokemon packs as part of his mystery pack. So if there's not as much interest in Pokemon, then those packs don't sell as well. They do seem to just sell out anyway. But not only that, but if the people get pushed away from it or get turned off from Pokemon cards and Pokemon card content, then the views will go down as well. So you'll lose money when your views go down. And Rev, he's full time, so it's his job. So it does impact him. The other thing with that video, right? This is my opinion, my take from it, right? Because I've seen this happen so many niches before. So many, like I've been on the internet for a long ass time, right? Is that kind of stuff you got to get on the front foot with it so that you are not painted as the bad guy. If you if you're too quiet for too long, then you run the risk of people pointing the finger at you and saying, yeah, hey, wait, what about this guy? Get him. So he kind of got on the front foot. So many what? He kind of got on the front foot with the whole thing by being like, hey guys, like there's a bit of a situation here. For me, the issue is that, like I said, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense when like the whole channel is all about this, you know, everything's about money. Like let's be serious. Look, he's a grown ass man. I'm sure he can take a bit of criticism. In his video, he talked a lot about how it's just money, 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 right? But he will post thumbnails like that. Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money. Like money, money, money. Front and center. That makes it about money. Now, I get it. It clicks, right? That's what, because money grabs people's attention. And that's like why a lot of people are here. But the more and more you make it about money, like as well, that's probably why Alex and Nomics got so heated. And that, you know, like I said, his response was valid because it's like, it's, you know, pot calling the kettle black kind of thing. So, oh yeah, Maki Saw said the same thing. So like, yeah, that's why I did see people in the chat also say this as well, which is that like, it's a little bit disingenuous coming from Rev, and it is, especially if the next video is going to be something like this, that, this. I don't think many people have 10,000 to drop on cards, even though. You think suppliers need a better vetting process to determine who they're selling at wholesale to? We didn't talk about that, and I did want to talk about this. So this is absolutely right. So I think a lot of you guys saw this video, right? This is absolutely like not good enough, right? This is actually like just crazy. So I remember when GTA San Andreas came out and it leaked like 3 days early or something. So like when I was playing, when the PS2 came out and I was getting PS2 games, dude, you would get games, they would sometimes leak a week, 2 weeks before. And then it felt like when the 360 came out and we hit that gen, what was it, 7th gen? It just felt like games just like didn't leak anymore. It was just not happening. And I can't even remember the last time a game leaked before release. And I guess one of the times that it did, at least in Australia, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, right? Leaked in Australia a week early, and a dude uploaded it a week early. Nintendo sued him for like 1.1 million or something. He's an Australian guy, right? That was crazy. That was like some action. With this Pokemon cards, you just do not see it. And like this leaking early thing has just not happened. Has been happening, sorry. This whole leaking early thing has been happening since like what, Silver Tempest, it feels like? Even before that, for years. And it's gotten worse over the years to the point that weren't we seeing like Prismatic Evolutions on whatnot from some dude in France? I think I spoke about it in the video. Some like French dude's stream had it like 3 or 4 weeks before. So like that doesn't help anything. That sets the precedent, right? That absolutely has to be fixed. It's inexcusable. It's crazy because you could argue that like TPCI, there's no proof of this. You could argue that TPCI benefit from that because it starts the hype train and they don't even need to like pay creators or like use influencer marketing, because like letting it leak and trickle through like that does more for them. And it makes you feel crazy to think it, but it's like almost like they are fine with it happening because it benefits their bottom line. But it comes back to that whole inorganic growth, inorganic interest in the hobby that damages it. So you're poisoning the well, right? You're trading, it's a trade, there's a trade-off there, and I think it's a net negative. It's a short-term gain for them, but long-term it will hurt things. Am I crazy? I feel like I'm a crazy man. I actually feel like I'm a genuine crazy person. I feel like I've been going crazy the last 2 hours. I just like talking about this stuff. Like I actually just like talking about it. Like I find the conversation interesting. There was a lot of people that were saying at the start of the stream, they were like, oh, like why are you getting so upset about not being able to get Pokemon cards or whatever? I just personally find the conversation of collectibles and like what drives people and like how people, like I just find it interesting to talk about. That's why I'm here talking about it. Otherwise I'd just go do something else. I would just go do something else. If I wasn't doing this right now, I would be working on like another video or something else that was interesting to me. But that's why I went live today, because I just was like, you know what? I think this is kind of interesting. But the more and more I talk and read the chat, the more crazy I feel. Do I ever look into the sports card market? Not really. I just bought a lot of Luka Doncic rookie cards in his first season because I really like Luka Doncic. And I'm a big Mavs fan. Swadsy, it's going to be absolute chaos on Friday at local Kmart's. I'm hoping it isn't. I really hope it isn't, because I am going to go to some Kmart's and Targets early on Friday and give myself a crack. I'm going to take my meds and go, Kamian. I bought more than 2 Luka cards. Yeah, I bought as many Luka Doncic rookie cards as I could because there's so many different rookie cards. I don't know who David... Okay, I don't know who David Petresba is, but he's really trying hard to get me in a gotcha. And it's funny because I don't know why. Why are you trying so hard, David? What are you trying to prove? Go make a video essay on why okJLUV's a hypocrite. I'll watch it. That's the dude from the Whatnot ad? David Petresba is the dude from the Whatnot ad. First of all, what's the Whatnot ad? What do you... Oh, Metri, you must be behind. I think you're like 30 minutes behind. You got auto patches and flawless cards? I can show you something cool. Nah, I can't. I'm not showing you. We still have Kmart, yeah. I have an auto, I have some patches. Yeah, I've got most of his rookie cards. There's just a lot. Between this, Owner's Pokemon, Team Rocket, and Mega's coming soon. This is a very exciting time to collect. Yeah, I think now that we're getting rid of Terras, the sets are going to get better. Prismatic Revolution. People are tired of the crying from the players. No players are crying. No players care. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee. No players care. No players care. Players need to stop crying. Prismatic is just a troll. That's sad. That is actually sad. I thought players was actually like a person who thought this way, but they're actually just cosplaying as a... I can't say what I was going to say. They're just trolling. Players just think this is weird. A lot of players capitalize on this as well. You should see the you should see the flip groups during Worlds. Full of players. The reason Pokemon cannot meet demand is because they're constantly printing the next new thing, and they'd rather do that than go back and print old sets. Players keep interest. I don't know about that. Game players do not think they are above everyone else and try to take a moral high ground. Some are cool, some get it, some cry. You need to like go and point to examples of that instead of blanketing all players. Players only care about getting day 2 at the next regional and nothing else. Players literally only care about going 6-1-1 and progressing to day 2 and still being in the running for top card. They don't care about Prismatic Evolution. Hello, Koala. That is not true. They reprinted all of 2023 SV JP sets in 2024. You aren't morally superior over collectors. The entire premise of Pokemon is to catch them all. Dude, Prismatic Revolution is having an episode. And they will do so again for 23, 24 sets in 2025. Yeah, on the topic of Japanese, they 1,000,000% will reprint sets like Crimson Haze, Super Electric Breaker, what do you call it? Fucking Mask of Change. %. I was thinking about that the other day. A lot of those Japanese sets are kind of sold out and gone at the moment. They will 100% reprint them over the year. I'm playing basketball with you. You are the basketball. What? Bad points don't bug you, only the truth gets to you. Who's Gary, Brock, and Misty? I genuinely don't know. Any good suggestions on what I can get for around $20? What do you mean? Yeah, which one is it? Am I okJLUV or am I OK Basketball JLove? Dude, you can 100% get one JLove sub and 3 gifted for $20. That's a good deal. Quicksilver, I don't think I'll ever see you again, my guy. Do a video with your collection someday. I've thought about that, but I just can't be bothered. I'm lazy as hell. I also don't want people to know what I have in my collection, because it gives like weirdos like Prismatic Revolution ammo. See it. That'll keep him going for another 30 minutes. He's like a wind-up doll. He's like Woody with the drawstring. I had to wind him up again. My Prem rating, my highest was like 14,000. Right now it's 7,000 because my mate had like multiple crash outs over the last 3 or 4 nights. Oh my god, Prismatic, you are so predictable. I literally just rage baited you so easily and you bit hook, line, and sinker. You are like what are you? You're like a little gerbil in a cage. And I just gave you some carrots. And you ran on the wheel. I have played Prismatic Revolutions before. What's up, Bitter Hyena? We were just talking about your I was talking about your response to my tweet before. It came up. Good to see you, man. You just proved you are a hypocrite, lol. Yeah, it's actually crazy. Like, some of the people chatting in here, I like it because it really helped keep the conversation flowing today. For better or worse. It was great. But they are very weird burner accounts, and I do not know what motivates them. Can you please learn how to spell the word hypocrite? It's not hippopotamus. It's like hyper, but you don't say hypocrite, you say hypocrite. But it's not hippo as in hippopotamus. I do not want to go through my collection, right? Because it doesn't actually bring me any joy on this platform, right? So it wouldn't. I'm happy to like show parts of my collection in certain videos and like talk about them in certain ways, but just simply going through and be like, I own this and I own this and I own this, I think is really vapid content and is not interesting. And it would actually just like give people reasons to be like, well, you own 3 Miracle Twins booster boxes. Why do you need 3? And that's not why I make videos. And that does not make me a hypocrite. I've spoken about this multiple times. Many collectors leverage their collection, right? By sustainably investing in it, which is definitely something that you can do in this space. There's a huge difference between people that only invest That is the difference, that only engage in the space to invest versus people that buy 1 extra, or 2 extra, and then use that to trade up to something down the line. Huge difference. I've spoken about that before. Do you know what did the Vikings do? You know what they did? They did something you can't say, and then they pillaged, right? That is what only investing does in the space. It's not sustainable. That is what it does, right? That's what it does. Take for example, okay, so like, I'll give you just an anecdotal example. I like to collect Atlas limited editions, like they're collector's editions, right? And I pretty much had every or most of them from when I started doing it to up to Persona 3 Reload. And Persona 3 Reload was the point where I was like, I don't think I want to do this anymore, because it got bought up straight away because people knew that it was a limited drop because it's an Atlas collector's edition, at least in Australia, and just relisted for 3 times retail. And now that turned me off. I don't want to do it anymore. So I don't want to do it anymore. That is my example of inorganic growth in a collectible, turning people off. It turned me off, right? So if that happens, I mean, that's what happened for me with English. I just don't want to collect English because I just feel like it's too, like, you just got to like fucking camp out pre-orders. You got to like know when drops are happening, monitor the market, all this stuff. You can't just like, the way with Japanese, you can just be like, oh, there's like plenty of it. I'll just like get the singles I need this month. They'll turn me off English, right? That will continue to happen over the next year if it goes down, if it continues down this path. And that happens because people, like investors, which is what they do, only care about making money from it, so they exploit it. And they don't care what that does to the thing that they're exploiting, as long as they're making money. They don't bring any good into the space. They can kill organic interest in it. They can turn off new people, which is like evidently starting to happen. And it can straight up just fucking ruin a hobby. And that could happen. You can't equate that, people that do only that, right, to a collector that is like, I'll get one every Sun and Moon booster box and Sword Shield booster box, or like, I'll buy one and buy one to open, buy one to key. It's not the same. It's not the same. Because the people that are doing that are doing it to trade down the line, right? Or to sell to another collector so that they can buy the next thing. And the money goes back into the hobby. And it's sustainable. Investors are not buying things and reselling them an hour later on eBay. No, a lot of investors are doing it long term. But like I said in the video, I don't know if you watched it, but like I said in the video, the investors doing that show to flippers and breakers, show to people that you can exploit it, right? And I spoke about this at the start of the stream. Signals to people that if you buy this stuff and hold it, it'll probably go up in value and you can flip it in the long term. Signals to collectors, oh my God, now there's interest in this thing. I have to get it before, you know, all the investors buy it up, because they can and they will. And signals to flippers and scalpers that, hey, this thing is going to start getting popular, right? Because collectors are going to probably want it because there's a lot of eyes on it now, because as an investor channel, I spoke about it. And there's going to be people that are going to try and go and invest in it. So they're going to go and want to buy it really quickly now too before it sells out. So flippers are like, cool, I'll just go and buy it all and then flip it back to them in the short term. It is all related. Adobe Dino, thank you for the sub over on Twitch. You absolute legend. Thank you, King. Someone said, watch him not answer. I don't know what the question was. You can ask it again. You said yourself you flip stuff to turn it into more collection. Your semantics getting majorly blurred. You can't even explain your own rule system, which is very complex and contradictory. But I did multiple times. You just don't agree with it. And you're trying to justify what you do. And honestly, if you don't need to justify yourself. You can just turn off the, you can actually turn off the video, turn off the chat and not read any of the comments and not see any of the people saying that investors bust everyone balls and make this space intolerable. You can do that and you can still invest. So why are you getting so defensive? And that is a great point from Rafa Fuller. I love this point. Investors won't sell to any of today's kids in 20 years because no kids get a freaking pack these days to feel nostalgic about in the future. And that is an insanely good point. The problem with it is that it's like, how do you prove it? And you can't, but it is a logical conclusion to come to. I am the hater. I don't even know anymore with that guy. I like him. The only reason I haven't banned Revolution is because you guys are having fun with him too. Surely the price of Prismatic goes way down when the set gets reprinted in June. I'm more worried about Journey Together because the EXs might actually be playable. Yeah, Journey Together is actually going to... Okay, so Journey Together is going to be the one that's going to be kind of sus with the whole players argument because all the singles for that set are going to be expensive because that is going to be hard to get a hold of. That is when the actual players argument becomes valid. We're going back to $40, $50 Lugia V-Stars. Ugh. What level is considered too much to invest? When do you think it becomes a problem? People are mad at investors and ripping shippers. What about distro? Small. I think you might come in late, but I'll retread. What is considered too much to invest? Well, it's like, how do you put a number on it? You can't. And this is a point a lot of the investors coming in the chat have made. And who decides how much is too much? It's a weird one. It's like a vibe check kind of thing, eh? I don't have the answer. As for distro, I talked about that a little bit before. Distro needs to get its act together, but my tinfoil hat conspiracy is that they kind of like it this way because it keeps the marketing, keeps the hype going for free. But I think it's a short-term approach. In that if it actually is being done intentionally, that it will benefit them in the short term because they're selling a lot and everything's selling out, Pokemon's happy. But in the long term, it will just turn people off. If you can't put a number on it, your point is invalid. Oh, come on, Vince. That's not how it works. No. You want me to put a number on it? Okay, yeah, I'll put a number on it. My official number for how much is too much is 6 booster boxes. There you go. There's my number. If you're buying 6 booster boxes to keep sealed, that's my number. How disappointed do you think people will be with the Team Rocket set now that we know how Owner's Pokemon operates in this year's set? Well, Primal and I were talking about this on the Poke Guardian podcast. If it's like Giovanni's whatever, right? That's going to be cool. If it's like Rocket's whatever, Giovanni's Persian, like whatever. If it's like that, I think it's going to be cool. If Rocket's like leaders or Rocket trainers that are each level operate as a trainer, that will be cool. If you buy 7 booster boxes, you are an absolute POS. That is exactly what I said. That is exactly what I said. No Dark Charizard, no Dark Blastoise like people hope from the OG Team Rocket. They don't have to be anime or game accurate. They can just make it up, right? There's no real rules there. Noms, I think the issue with TTS is that it's just broken at the moment. How many booster boxes do I have? I don't know, 600. Why are English people so obsessed with the dark moniker? Don't know. Why do we have bulls, queens, and cocks? It is apparently. N, Lily, Hop, Iono's Pokemon cards are all directly from the game's battles. They could bend the rules though, Koala. Like it doesn't have to be. You can't say that they won't bend the rule. Like they can't bend the rules. They might. I don't know. How many boosters boxes do you have? 693 is how many I've got. I've got a spreadsheet. I track them all. Hey, you learned how to spell hypocrite. Good on you, bro. Do I actually track my collection anywhere? Nah, I don't. I once tried to spreadsheet it and then I got bored. I think Prismatic Revolution may actually be an 11-year-old child. I think it's not a typo. It's actually, if you make the same spelling mistake multiple times, it means you don't know how to spell the word. And if you don't know how to spell an 8-9 letter word, I'm not going to finish the rest of that sentence because I don't want to get banned from YouTube. What do you think is a fair operational margin for a business selling Pokemon cards? What level of margin do you believe consumers are being gouged? I do not have the answer to that question. Ah, oh, that's tough. Maybe he's dyslexic and you're being ableist. You have not seen this guy chat here for the last 2 hours, so no. I don't know, I feel like 20%, 15, 20%. I am everything wrong with the hobby and I am above no one. Lotto, do you mind sharing? Or you don't want to share? Because I know, well, Pokelotto runs a store. I missed all the That's a Dub videos JLUV used to make with the price of the cards on the screen. I mean, look. There's a reason why I stopped making videos like that, because I feel strongly about this topic and I didn't want to contribute to the problem. So I changed my angle. And my proof is in the pudding. Go look at my channel. collect Pokemon. What a time to be alive. If you buy things that no one want at market price, is that really a bad thing? Some investors buy up Shiny Treasure EX when it was 30 since no one is buying it, and at 80 for 151 UPC. If you buy things that no one wants at market price, is that really a bad thing? Some investors buy up Shiny Treasure EX when it was 30 since no one is buying it. It's difficult to make an argument as like it's difficult to say that is a bad thing if no one wants it. If it's sitting there at $30 and nobody's buying it, like Shiny Treasure, no, because it's there. Anybody who wants it can get it at that price. I think people have more of an issue with people applying that same logic to new stuff as it comes out. And buying stuff out before anybody can get it. I'm okay. Yeah, I was just thinking. No, it was a good question. I gotta give it to Collect Pokemon. It was a decent question. Because like, how can you actually be mad that, no, you can't. And I don't think many people are. Good question. I don't think people are mad at the act of buying a set like Shiny Treasure EX that just sits there at 30 or 35 USD and it getting all bought up. I think people are mad at the application then of that to every single product in these boom periods or these moments where everybody is trying to invest in everything, and then because of like, this is a fucking really good question, right? People get more upset that it's like, oh great. No, because let me think about this, right? People get more upset when we enter this like shitstorm period that we're in. Because it's like, oh great, now everything's gonna go up. That's usually the sentiment that you hear from like a lot of collectors. Oh, now everything's gonna go up. And like, I see a lot of people being like, even just today, like, oh, I didn't get the cards I needed from, like someone said, I didn't get the Iono from Clay Burst. Now I don't know what to do. People get more upset about the result of like what happens after people start investing hard and going in on hard and flipping hard on modern sets. Or sets that haven't even come out like Prismatic or Journey Together. Someone got upset in your Discord at me for having 2 sealed Galarian Rapidash collection boxes. You need to @ me in that conversation so that I can see that exchange. All right. That's it. I've had enough of that Prismatic Revolutions guy. But enough. Put user in timeout for 24 hours. I don't think he'll ever be back. It's kind of like, it's like a joke that's run too long and gotten unfunny. We'll definitely be able to tell if he comes back as an alt. I gotta say, that's like... That guy, like, is a professional troll. I think a lot of those trolls have, like, a lot of money and, like, don't work and don't have anything else to do. And so that, like, that is how, like, they pass the time. And honestly, I gotta pay it. I feel like if I had a lot of money and nothing else, and, like, I didn't need to work, I would sometimes troll people that I disliked too. With alt accounts. I reckon I would do that. Yo, no worries, Fuma. Hey, thanks for watching those. I'm glad you liked it, man. JLUV lurking in the CTR live stream. Oh dear. This is a weird one, because, like... From, like, all the discourse that's happened the last 2 days, it all circled back to, like, investors dominating the discussion. Like, they really dominated the discussion. That time CTR blew up your stream was crazy. I felt sick for you having to deal with that. That's just what that guy does, though. That's just what that guy does. It happened. We moved. Have you preached socialist theory yet? No, I don't think this is the place for it. Brensay, what's up, King? Yeah, I did see a lot of people posting their payment receipts from the Kabini on Twitter. That was funny. I don't know how those bots did it, but they did. Do you think the hobby should have sets available when they're out of print? Long-term versus short-term investing are two different conversations. I don't think it... There's no downside to that happening. Yeah, we're seeing $200 boxes in Australia for battle partners. Will I be endorsing Albo or Dudden? I am not getting into that. Nomics looks like his dad. Come on, Snolo. Don't attack the man, attack the idea. Snolo. What do I think about Yu-Gi-Oh! Reprinting their older sets? Does it hurt anybody? I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I'd like to see variants of Pokemon cards passed. What about a lottery system with a limit of 2 of the same item? What? I'm confused. Sorry. I must be stupid. What has been really annoying to me is how clickbait Pokemon content on YouTube has gotten. It's hard to find decent content in an ocean of rage bait. Yeah, I don't know. we're in a different peer like age now as well. Like we're in this content age that's really thriving, where everyone's trying to be a content creator and an influencer. And so you're seeing a lot of stuff go out there now. There's just like a lot of things on YouTube. Whether it doesn't mean it's necessarily good, but there's just like a lot. People are finding their feet. People are trying to capitalize on trends, trying to ride waves. Because it's been proven to work. I just got a text from Joe Guyman. He said, "You've lost your fire. Stop capitulating and talk to these nerds like they're beneath you." There's only so far I can go. I can't outright spend the whole stream insulting people. Did I pause the Whatnot streamer? I closed the window, yeah. Oh no, I just got the video open. I think we could use a lot less rip and shit people out there. Hello, Snackbread. Good to see you. I think it won't really change the thing is with the rip and shit stuff is that the genie's out of the bottle, right? And I was saying this when we were watching the Whatnot streams before, is that the people that are watching those streams and partaking in them are not Pokemon card collectors. They're gambling addicts. They're gambling addicts. It's like how you go to like the casino or you go to like RSLs here in Australia and you go to and you like look in the pokies. They're gambling addicts. That's what they are. They're gambling addicts. And so Whatnot is just that, but at home. So if there's less Whatnot streamers, it's not going to change anything. There's just going to be more people in the streams that are there. That's why I don't know how you regulate. I don't know how you regulate it. Joe, I don't know if you're still there, but there's only so many times I can berate the same investor guys that are like presenting their crappy ass argument. I gave that one guy a complete whack, that Blake idiot, when he compared like investor videos talking about XY boxes or whatever to the videos in Japan. That just deserves. Look, I'm gonna just say I do not apologize for what I said in that segment. I took deep offense to that, and that doesn't make me any less of a human, right? That doesn't make me any less of a man. Those videos that I made in Japan have cultural significance. They were birthed from a creative place, and they are better than other videos on this platform, and that is okay to say. That is fine to say. That is what I think anyway. So I'm just saying what I think. And that might make me sound like egotistical or up myself or arrogant. And that's fine. But because that's what art is about. Partly anyway. It's about proving to others, right? That you're capable of doing something, or proving something, right? Trying to contribute something into the space. That you're making something in a video, a painting, whatever. Trying to prove something, prove to your haters that you can do it or whatever, right? And that's fine. Because like without passion, you don't have creative things. And I think like you can something beautiful or interesting or entertaining, whatever, can be birthed from like negative passion or positive passion. But like without passion, period, you don't have anything of significance. There are no culturally significant things brought into this world. So yeah, that's where I was coming from there. And I had fun making those videos. So yeah, I took offense to people comparing them to talking about investing in a booster box. I run a rip and ship. Do you hate that? No, but are you comfortable with yourself as a person knowing that you facilitate gambling culture and what you do exploits people? Genuine question. Whatnot will get worse once TikTok expand in the US. Yeah, for sure. Yu-Gi-Oh! Reprinting older sets is fine. They are not first edition. Everything is coming in original rarity. Everything that was released 10 plus years ago in the chase cards have been reprinted before. The more you know. Well, it's like, I think they're going to rip the packs anyway, right? I don't disagree. That's why I'm saying, like, I thought about making a point of discussion in this video saying, like, if breaking went away, it would fix a lot of things, but that would just put more packs into, like, it would take packs away from breaking and rip and shipping, and it will put them into stores, and then people would just go to the stores and buy them. And that's probably a good thing, because then people wouldn't be paying 25 USD for one pack. I just think that, like I said before, the people that are buying from breaks are gambling addicts. And if you're a rip and shipper, you are facilitating that addiction. There are streams and rips and breaks that don't do that, but they are the minority compared to the majority. And I guess it's up to you as the breaker to just, you don't have to prove it to me. Sorry, I'm just asking, right? But you don't have to prove it to me. You don't have to validate yourself to me. At the end of the day, the only person you need to validate and satisfy is yourself. So if you could put your head on the pillow at night and sleep comfortably, knowing that what you do is ethical, good. And if you do it and you think it's unethical, it makes you feel dirty, well, you got to live with that. That's on you. I don't care. It doesn't change. It doesn't impact me. Yeah, I know. I know you're having a convert. Don't worry, Small. I'm not. I don't. Cool. I'm glad you're not seeing me as like fucking interrogating you or whatever. I'm just interested in the conversation. Yeah, and I feel like I definitely addressed the breaking part of this video well, and like I made sure to approach it and like talk about it in a good way, or like to handle it well, because I know that it's a sensitive topic, and I didn't want to be like immature about it and be like, all breakers are bad, right? It's a tough one to navigate, but I'm glad that like it's setting off a conversation. And I'm glad that you guys are able to see that from the video too. Because like Amadeus said, like for a lot of rip and shippers, buying is seen as a donation with a possible upside. And to attack breaking culture entirely and say it's like an entirely bad thing is to attack streaming culture. And I like streaming and I stream as well. That would be not only hypocritical, but also it would take away from what I'm saying about Pokemon cards and collecting them and how people connect with other people by collecting them and going on their LGSs and going to train nights and whatever. People do that exact same thing in streams and chats and breaks. And I recognize that. I get it. How do you think people that open packs on cameras can do so ethically and enhance the experience for everyone in the hobby? Also love the video in depth and hit a lot of great points. Well, I don't know, be entertaining, make people laugh, but like provide something that somebody else isn't. Opening up packs for content ultimately just comes down to entertainment, and if you can provide entertainment and make someone laugh that day, that's fine. Like I watched a TikTok last night that I fucking like was laughing at for like 10 minutes straight. That guy made my night. I'm not ignoring Twitch chat. Thing is, coming from a breaker, although I kept my prices close to retail in the past, many don't realize that they're the problem. I did, that's why I stopped. Yeah, that's part of what I was saying in my answer to Small. That's part of what I was saying in my answer to Small. I differentiate breakers and rip and ship too. Breakers tend to have a community. I mean, Brand say, what I said just answered a lot of that. That is actually a great point. Rip and shippers should be required to provide links to gambling addiction hotlines. Yeah, that would go a long way. It's like how you put, how in Australia we have all the health warnings on the back of cigarette packs. Of people with like severe health conditions. How's everyone getting so much product if all the distributors are only getting a case at most? I don't know. You're getting weird backdooring situations with stuff like this. Overflow. JLUV, can your baby recognize you without the beard? Good question. I don't know. I think so. All right. I'm going to wrap it up in about 10 minutes. So hit me with your last few questions and anything else that you want to talk about before we close this thing. Small Zoo, I think the problem is though, a lot of the addicts on platforms like Whatnot don't know that they're addicts. And so you're putting, the seller, you're putting too much trust in the customer. Do you think that there was limits on sealed preservation with intent for market that out of print sets could be even more unobtainable, expensive without a preservation culture? The hobby's less diverse. No, I think collectors would maintain a sustainable ecosystem with the way that they engage in the space. That's why this stuff was around and you could get it between the 2010s and 2020. Because most of the people that collected for passion had it and then just sold it back into the space. I guess that's one of the flaws with Nomics' criticism of Rev in that short is that, and you can't prove it, but again, I've spoken to Rev and I know that he likes Pokemon, at least Pokemon cards and like the history and like the feeling behind each product that's come out from the heart. So like Nomics called him an investor because he has a lot of sealed stuff, but I don't think he bought all that stuff that he did in that, 2015, 16, whatever period to be like a pure Pokemon card investor to sit on it for like 10 or 15, 20 years. I think he did it because he just liked the stuff. And then like, maybe he never made the distinction between what he was doing as a collector and because he was making as much money as he did creating content, selling stuff. It was all relative for him. And then I'm just speculating. I don't want to be putting words in his mouth, but it was all relative for him. And he thought, well, if I buy 2,000 or I can afford to buy 3,000 or I can afford to buy 5,000 of this set to put in my collection, because he does collect, he never drew the line and could never see that by doing that, he was becoming the thing that he would ultimately come to criticize in that video. And then when he got called out by Nomics, he walked it all back. Yeah, I mean, Perry, the conversation just has gone on very long. Thank God the first vid got trimmed. Could have had a 3-hour ramble. I know, right? Dude, the TTS is broken. I need to fix Twitch. All right. I feel like we can call it there, guys. I feel like we can call it there. Yeah, I gotta fix Twitch. Sorry. Well, I hope you got something out of that today. I hope you got something out of that. I'm sure there will be parts of this clipped, shipped, sent around. It is what it is. That's the nature. If you want to play in the game, you got to deal with the consequences. Good night, Delta Admirer. Thank you for the well wishes to the family. You absolute legend. Likewise, back at you. As a heads up, before all you guys head out for the night, I am going to be streaming primarily on Twitch this year. There will be some streams that I do on YouTube. I'll multi-stream them, Twitch and YouTube, if I feel like it's an appropriate stream to bring to YouTube. But for the most part, I will be streaming at twitch.tv/okJLUV this year. So that is the link there. If you want to see the streams, follow. There'll be a whole lot of different stuff I'll be streaming this year. It's going to be a bit of a departure from the usual stuff, so it is what it is. I spoke about this at the end of last year. I'm excited for it. It's definitely given me something to work towards this year and really like to be excited to grow. So I'm pumped for that. So I thought I'd let you all know here at YouTube. So you can find me here. And if we're really lucky, there might be another YouTube stream this week on this topic, but we'll just see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, thank you for coming down and watching. Thanks for sharing your perspectives. Thanks for giving me a space to talk a little bit more at length about that video and how I feel about it. Tough one to navigate. Really tough. Just a tough one to navigate, you know? It's like, did we even gain anything by doing that? Thank you, Julio Torres, legend. Clip the gay love bit. I'm gay. I am gay. I am gay love. Alright, I'm going to end the YouTube stream. Thank you guys for watching. If you have not liked and subscribed and you watched today, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel. That'll be kind of cool. I'm going to sit and chat just a bit on Twitch. But yeah. Thanks, YouTube peeps. Good and bad. Those of you who came with good intentions. Those of you who came with bad intentions. Peace out. Thanks for watching.